Rudy here from the Home Improvement Channel with another video showing you how to fix things around the house. In this video, I'm going to show you how to properly wire a three-way switch, even if you've already taken out your switch and you've lost count of where all the wires go. Or if you've tried to replace your switch and they just aren't working properly, and you have to have one flipped up before the other side will work, or vice versa. If you haven't already taken out your switch and messed anything up, you're going to want to do this with the power turned off. But if you have, you're going to want to leave the power turned on because you're going to need to take some voltage readings to figure out which one of the wires goes where. This being the case, you're going to have to take appropriate precautions as you will be working with live wires. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Okay, so I'm going to try to explain the easiest way I can how to replace a three-way switch. Obviously, the easiest way is not to mix up the wires in the first place. The two traveler wires are not really that important. You can mix them up all you want. But the one that's on the black or copper screw is the common screw, and that's the one you want to make sure to get back on the common screw on the other switch. See, this one is copper, and the newer switch is probably going to be black. All right, so all that means is why it's common is because when you flip the switch one way, two of these are shorted, and then when you flip it the other way, these two are shorted. Just for example, I didn't put my meter on there to see which two it actually is, but that's what it means. The common is in common with these two, depending on which position is the switch. All right, so every three-way switch circuit is going to have one switch that's got the power coming into the switch. It's going on the common screw. And the other side, the other switch, is going to have the wire going to the light fixture on the common screw. So that's how they work. Once you figure out which one is the common wire in each switch receptacle, then you're home free because the other two don't really matter. All right, so let me tell you what, if you take this apart and you've mixed all the wires up and you just don't know how to fix it, that's what I'm going to try to explain to you real quick here. All right, let's just simulate the problem. Let's just take the switch out of line, and then that's it. If you have one of these push-in wire things, it's best to get a release, and I'm using one that's got a plastic handle so that I don't wind up shocking myself too bad. So we're just going to push this in and get the wires out, and I'll be right back when these other two are off of here. Alright, so the switch is gone, and I just have no idea what I'm looking at here. I've got three wires, and I don't know where they go. I'm just going to put them on the switch on any old pin, right? No, wrong. One way to tell is you can look inside the switch, as you can see in this picture right here. This switch receptacle has a two-wire coming in, which is your 14-2, and it has a three-wire coming in, which is your 14-3. Now, you can pretty much safely bet that the one that's got the 14-2, the two-wire, is the one that either comes from the power source or it's the one that goes to the light receptacle. So that's probably the one that goes to your black screw on your switch. So that's easy, and that's just knocked it right out of the park. But let's take a look at this other switch over here, and then you'll see that that doesn't always work. Alright, so we got a different scenario going on over here. This switch only has three wires total coming into the box, and I don't know which one is the common wire. So what you're going to do is, if you have a voltmeter, put one probe on your ground right here, if I can get it to stay. And see if I can turn the meter so that you can see it. And check these switches. Well, we got nothing there. We got 15 volts there. What causes this is a capacitance between the wires. So we know that this is not our source power either. There we go. We got 120 volts on the black wire. So we know that that's the source coming in, and that goes to the common screw. All right, so let's go ahead and hook that up. So remember, we said that this black wire was the 120 volts coming in. And by the way, this is live, and yes, you can touch a live wire. Just don't touch two wires. But I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying that I just did it and I didn't get shocked because you only touch one wire. Okay, so the black wire is the one that had the 120 volts coming in from the house. That went on the black screw. That's the common. And then these other two don't really matter. And then I'll hook up the ground right here to this green screw. I'll just do that later because it's not important for our testing right now. Alright, so we're back here on the first receptacle that I showed you. And remember I said there was a 2-wire and a 3-wire coming into the box. And that this black off of the 2-wire was the one going to the light fixture. But how can I prove that to you so that you know that that's the case? Well, like I said, check with ground. Put one probe on the ground wire right here. And we have nothing on this black wire. Now if we go and flip that other switch that I just put in, we should still have nothing on the black wire. But on the two travelers between ground and 1, we have 30 volts. And like I said earlier, I believe this is caused by capacitance between the wires when they're inside the sheathing that they're in. They're so close together, the capacitance of the wire transfers from one to the other. We have 120 volts on the other wire. All right. So if I flip that other switch, that 120 volts should switch to the red wire. So let's do that real quick. On the red wire. And our 120 volts switched over to the red wire. And then our white wire is now calmed down. So that's how I prove that these two are the travelers. And this one, of course, stayed dead the whole time because it's the one that actually goes to the light fixture. And also the one that goes on the black screw on your switch. We've got them all hooked back up, and that's it. That's how you replace a 3-way switch. Now, like I said, there's different circuits out there, but the principle is usually the same, where you have one switch receptacle that's got the source power, and then the other switch receptacle goes to the light fixture. That part is usually in common, and that's how you can figure out these wires. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, click on that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I come out with videos like this as often as I can. Thanks for watching.